our top story, the Trump arrest and indictment.
More information, more news as it's coming to us in
Donald Trump has become the first former U.S. president to face criminal prosecution.
You're about to watch history.
The charges relate to falsifying business records to hide a payment to a firm.
Well, it actually happened. For the first time in US history, a former president is facing criminal charges. President Trump was charged on Tuesday of participating in a scheme to cover up potential sex scandals with a porn star during the 2016 presidential campaign. Let us dive into the details, break the jargon, and give you a comprehensive analysis of the situation. These charges stem from his alleged involvement in hush money payments to adult film actress Stormy Daniels and former Playboy model Karen McDougal during the campaign. These payments were made in exchange for their silence regarding alleged affairs that they had with President Trump. I should note, however, that having an affair is not legally a crime, at least in the United States, nor is paying someone for their silence. This raises the question of what crime Trump committed while trying to hide these payments. Beginning in mid-2015, Trump orchestrated a scheme with others to influence the 2016 presidential election. They allegedly identified and bought negative claims about him to suppress their publication to boost his electoral prospects. By doing this, they violated election laws and made false entries in the business and tax records of various entities in New York by mischaracterizing the true nature of the payments made in the scheme. So what does this all mean in layman terms? Long story short, Trump's former lawyer Michael Cohen spilled the beans and testified as a key prosecution witness. He paid porn star Stormy Daniels $130,000 through a shell company he set up and was then reimbursed by former President Trump, whose company logged the reimbursements as legal expenses for their business and tax records. Talk about creativity. Cohen also arranged for former Playboy model Karen McDougal to be paid $150,000 by the publisher of the supermarket tabloid The National Enquirer, which silenced her story in a journalistically dubious practice known as catch and kill. Each check was processed by the Trump Organization and disguised as a monthly payment for legal services under a retainer agreement. But in truth, there was no retainer agreement, reads a statement of fact that accompanied the indictment. So what's an indictment? An indictment is the formal charge brought against someone after a grand jury, which is made up of individuals from the community, votes and enough of them agree that there's sufficient evidence to charge someone with a crime. The indictment against Trump remained sealed until last Tuesday, when Trump was arraigned in court, as is standard in New York. So what's an arraignment? An arraignment is generally the first time that a defendant appears in court after being charged. The judge told Trump the charges against him and advised him of his right to go to trial. It is here that Trump pleaded not guilty to all 34 felony charges of falsifying business records. At this stage, the indictment was unsealed upon Trump's arraignment, and we all learned of the charges against him. So what's next? Convicting Mr. Trump or sending him to prison could be challenging. For one thing, Mr. Trump's lawyers have already begun attacking Mr. Cohen's credibility by citing his criminal record. Prosecutors have countered that the former fixer lied years ago on behalf of his boss and is now in the best position to detail Mr. Trump's conduct. Additionally, investigators have obtained texts, emails, contemporaneous phone records, and testimony from multiple witnesses, information that would emerge at trial. The indictment is expected to lead to a lengthy legal battle. In the meantime, Trump is using his indictment to unify the GOP, even as his vulnerabilities are glaring. As this historic indictment against a former president unfolds, it could have significant consequences for both Trump and the Republican Party, as the latter continues to debate Trump's role in the party. While the legal battle may be challenging, if convicted, Trump could face severe penalties. This marks a pivotal moment in US history and will undoubtedly be a major news story for the foreseeable future.